I remember the day that I caught the wrong bus home from school. I was probably 8 or 9 years old. Have you ever caught the wrong bus? When you're a little kid and you jump on this bus thinking it's taking you in one direction and it goes in a completely different direction. It can be really, really frightening. But you know what? You know what's worse than catching the wrong bus? Is not catching a bus at all. Is standing at that bus stop and watching the buses go by. And here's what I've experienced in my life, is that so many of us are trying to get ready to get ready. And you're standing at this bus stop, there are a lot of people at that bus stop. In fact, that particular bus stop, there's a crowd of people. So you think it's actually quite a popular place to catch a bus from. And you're waiting for the ready bus. You know the ready bus? The bus that says, I'm ready, I'm ready. And that bus never comes. I mean, there's buses that come. There's a bus called Faith. There was a bus called Hope. There was a bus called Grace. There are lots of buses that come past, but you don't take those buses because you're waiting for the bus called I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to start that relationship. I'm ready to start that family, to have those kids. I'm ready to buy that business or start that business. I'm ready to go on that adventure. I'm ready. I'm waiting for that bus called I'm ready, sure. When I'm ready, when I've saved enough money, then I'll do it. When I feel good about myself, then I'll go on that date. When we've got that house with that extra room, then we'll start that family. When I'm ready, I'm ready. But that bus never comes, does it? It never comes. It's unrealistic to think that there's a bus called I'm ready, because it's in the doing, it's in the living that you become so-called ready. You're growing all of the time. You're learning all of the time. Michelle and I were reflecting on this yesterday, just saying, I think sometimes we're not grandparents yet, kids yet, but we long for that time. And we often think that as grandparents, you often relive your parenting a second time, and you have the opportunity of hindsight to really pour into those grandkids as much as you possibly can through hindsight, when as parents you're just doing it on the run, right? You're learning and growing all the time. And I think every parent can say that the deliberations in your mind is, did I do it right? And what did I get wrong? And I could have done it better, etc., etc. But that's the grace bus. That's the faith bus. That's the hope bus. Because we all make mistakes. In our living, we make mistakes, and that's how we learn, as we reflect hindsight. But beforehand, to wait for that bus called I'm ready, folks, you're going to be standing at that bus stop for the rest of your life. You'll never be ready. You'll never be ready until you take that action step and say, I'm going to jump on that faith bus. I've got a mustard seed of faith, just a small mustard seed. But if that can take me in the direction of, in fact, we've all experienced this, haven't we? When we have taken that first step onto the faith bus, all of a sudden we get on the bus and we sit down, and someone next to us is the very person we're waiting to meet. Isn't that interesting? How many times over the years as a coach and as a mentor, I've had calls from people that I've promised them. I said, just trust me on this. Take that next step and you'll see that out of the blue, I always use that phrase, out of the blue, someone will call you. Out of the blue, something will happen. That email will come. Out of the blue, a door will open. And I get that call on the Monday morning, all excited. Sean, you won't believe this. Of course I will. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. Someone called me. Folks, I really want to encourage you today. If you've been standing at that bus stop for a long time, it's because there is no bus called I'm ready. But there is a bus called faith. There is a bus called hope. There is a bus called grace. Jump on one of those buses. Take it in the direction of your dream. And watch the next door open and the next door open. And you will learn and you will grow and you will make mistakes and you will fail and you will fail forwards. But stop holding yourself back from living the life, living the calling, living the purpose that has been placed in your heart. This has been Sean, and I share more of these kinds of stories inside of our New Wine coaching and mentoring community. Make sure that you click on the link or send me a DM, and I'll send you more details on that. Until later, God bless. Cheers.